Hello everyone, you are on the channel Adults and Children. Today I'm going to gather oyster mushrooms in the forest again. Every morning there is fog, the weather is damp, and the mushrooms should be there. I gather mushrooms in the Dnieper-Velikolushsk wetlands near the Livkovi pits. So let's begin. The area is very large and foggy. As always, I brought my navigator with me, and we will be searching. There are fallen trees here. It is necessary to inspect each root. And if you look closely down, you can see the mushrooms that have started to grow. Let's cut them. The mushrooms, which are currently not very large, are in the process of growing. Although they have not yet reached a significant size, they are slowly and steadily increasing in size. This gradual growth is a natural process, and with the right environmental, here a mushroom has grown a bit larger, but it is a solitary specimen, yet still quite edible. Here are some beautiful mushrooms, but they are not edible. It is clear that there were mushroom pickers who cut the oyster mushrooms, and new ones have already started to grow. Soon, they can be cut again. Special attention should be paid to the trees that have fallen. Here lies a poplar, and if you look along its entire length, you can find mushrooms, and they have grown into beautiful large caps. Oyster mushrooms have already started to grow on the nearby tree, and on the fallen one. We will cut them.
Cute little mushrooms that are incredibly adorable and charming in the forest.
Here I unexpectedly found myself at the large and spacious enclosure in this particular area. It is moist and damp. Here and there are many poplars. And on one of the broken trees, I see a batch of mushrooms. They are so cute, already large, and have recently grown slightly. Such beautiful burdocks have already grown. If you found oyster mushrooms, you need to look carefully around. Perhaps there are some nearby.
Another little mushroom was hiding. We examined every nook and cranny, and there in a hollow grew an oyster mushroom and a bunch of small ones. This means there will soon be a good mushroom patch here. In the forest, besides mushrooms, you can also find a pile of trash like this. Where did it come from? The traces of people who walked here and littered. Loha, oyster mushrooms can be found not only at ground level but also high up. Look, they have already grown up there. To get it, we take a stick and try to hit it. Of course, one could have some kind of knife, but I don't have a knife with me, so we will break it with a stick. These kinds of mushrooms grow high. Let's gather them into a pile which have fallen from the tree, and it's already nice that there are mushrooms. You can only reach our islands by boat. Therefore, my main backpack is stored in the boat. I carry a small gas mask bag with me, and it is already full, so I will have to go to the boat and put them in the backpack. I use the app Yandex. I am going home for this. As I mentioned before, it works well on Android. It helps me a lot. We just press going home.
Start moving. Move mainly in a straight line, from hint to hint. If you just randomly change direction, the next hint will not be accurate. I will help you. Have a nice trip.
Here you can view the Google or Yandex map. Everything is here. Regular mode, satellite, hybrid. Here is the red dot. That's my boat. Let's go there. We turn off the screen. We put the phone in our pocket, listening to the prompts, head to the boat. Here, I found some unusual little mushrooms growing on a tree. I don't know what they are called, so I will look it up at home on the internet. If you know, please write your comments on what they are called or whether they are edible or not. On the way to the boat, I saw a group of beautiful and colorful mushrooms in the distance. Today, of course, the weather is foggy. There is no sun, so it's difficult without a navigator. Here I see an incredibly beautiful tree covered in oyster mushrooms. Absolutely stunning. Here you can cut them into pieces to your heart's content and enjoy the process. Here are such absolutely beautiful, truly large ones, and we will cut them. Here is the pile of mushrooms I ended up with, and I have no place to put them, so I will have to make an improvised bag from a sweater and put them in there. I took the sweater and decided to tie the sleeves together in a secure knot. This way, I ensured that the sleeves would remain in place and not move around or get lost. By doing this, I could prevent any potential issues with the sleeves going astray. It was important to me that they stayed exactly where I wanted them to be, without any chance of them slipping or falling off. This method of tying the sleeves was both practical and effective, providing peace of mind that they would stay put.
There is always a way out of every situation.
This is the bag that we ended up with after all the effort. And now it's time to proceed to the next step. It looks quite nice and has a really appealing design, don't you think? The forest is very beautiful. The leaves have already started to fall, bright yellow, lovely. If you look in this particular area, you can easily find a whole variety of mushrooms on a fallen tree. Here they have beautifully emerged and have already reached approximately the size of a slice, and I will cut them. You should also just look under the tree, because they sometimes often grow there. In the distance, a group is seen moving swiftly through the landscape. The scene is set against nature's backdrop, with broken trees standing as silent witnesses to past events. The party moves with purpose, silhouetted against the horizon. As they advance, the rustling leaves and crunching twigs echo, adding urgency. The scattered broken trees tell stories of past storms, adding mystery to the scene. This dynamic tableau captures action and anticipation, inviting observers to ponder the party's journey and destination. Sorrow grows here in this place. It is large and expansive and beautiful, but someone has already nibbled on it a little. But I won't take it right now, because I am gathering oyster mushrooms. If you look nearby, there is a fallen tree. It needs to be examined carefully. And right over here below, you can absolutely see the oyster mushrooms that are hiding right now in the foliage. Beautiful. We will cut them. The beautiful blue mushrooms will be utilized in our delicious and vibrant dish for our julienne. It is clear that the mushrooms are wet, but they are currently growing vigorously, and in just a week they will become even larger. If you look at it, you can see a beautiful oyster mushroom stuck underneath. There are also some small ones on the side and a little on top. We will trim them. I don't see them here anymore. In our region, oyster mushrooms mainly grow on poplars. On the black poplars, the bark is just right for the growth of oyster mushrooms, and for the winter, they are dense. So we mainly gather on these trees. We cut them carefully. Here are such beautiful mushrooms. Well, I'm already by the boat, and I can take the mushrooms out of the gas mask bag and put them in the backpack. The fish are very beautiful.
Not very big yet, of course, but still pleasant. Well, our mushroom hunting has come to an end. Based on personal experience, it can be said that there are mushrooms, but not on every tree. Therefore, they need to be searched for. We still gathered quite a lot, more than half a backpack. About 15 kilograms, which is also good, considering that I went fishing and caught very little fish. Here is a small roach. On the opposite side of the fishing pits, there are also good spots, on the Damaki side. There are indeed many fishermen and a poplar forest there, but there are a lot of people, so very few mushrooms can be found. You were on the Adults and Children channel. You watched a video about how to gather oyster mushrooms in the Dnieper floodplains. Write your remarks and comments. Give us likes. Subscribe to our channel. Stay with us. Goodbye, everyone.